Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys, if this is your first time tuning in, hello, welcome, thank you. How you doing? Get on in here. Please follow us on YouTube at Inappropriate Radio TV. Alright? No periodic table, no alien talk. However, you already know the creator came through with a message. Okay. Y'all. Okay, first of all, this download is actually from about a year and a half ago. And it came up a few months ago, maybe 6 or 7 months ago. And then last night, and then this morning, okay? This is one of those things that I had to make sure, number one, wasn't applicable to me and me alone. For two, I had to make sure that it was appropriate for the podcast. 3, I had to literally make sure that I was getting enough information, okay? A lot of y'all are going to be giving birth to the children that your parents were supposed to give birth to. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds odd. But a lot of people, especially if you're like an only child, or if for some reason your mom just couldn't have kids at some point after you and your other siblings were born. And even if it's not you that's going to have the child that your parents were supposed to have, one of your siblings might, okay? A lot of you all are waiting for a partner that has energy that is similar or even compatible to that of your father, okay? And I know this is going to sound strange, but witchcraft was done in this case, okay? In most cases, when the creator puts the arrival of a child on halt like that, that child is going to be key and essential to breaking off different ailments and cycles and curses that are attached to both bloodlines as in the mother and the father of that child, okay? And a lot of times people don't even realize that they have been selected to carry out the legacy, right? A lot of the times people are born into families that have a lot of karmic debt, that the debt can't be paid off by one person unless the creator wants that, right? But a lot of times the debt has to be paid off by generation, okay? So there may be one parent who, pays off 1 or 2 lines of debt, and then their child would pay off another 2, and then so on and so forth. In most cases, the debt is so heavy and crucial that the creator will stop certain children from being born if he doesn't want those children to have to bear the brunt of the chaos, right? Yeah, they can break the cycle, but it's certain frequencies and energies that are not supposed to inherit certain depths, right? They're just here to break the cycle. Breaking the cycle and accruing the debt, accruing, all of the things that are connected to that debt is not the same. And a lot of people confuse the two, okay? Your child can be the cycle breaker and the curse breaker without having to experience all of the pain and hell and chaos that the generations before them has had to, okay? That is one of the key signs that the child is going to be breaking cycles, okay? You being able to identify the child that is set to break said curse is your ability to see above the forest, okay? If you have a solid relationship with both of your parents, or you don't have a relationship with them at all, those are the two key points that will assist you with identifying. And this is where you can start getting a good idea of not only the type of gifts, right, that, your child may have. It's also going to be the point where the pivot starts to change. Remember, debt is to be paid when someone owes, okay? Whether you took out a loan, whether, you even had extra credit and ran it out, right? It depends on the bloodline and the purpose. But the overall gist here is to understand that these children that were set to be born through your mother's birth canal or even your grandmother's birth canal, okay? Because some of us are the children that our grandparents were supposed to have. I hope you're following me, meaning that your mother had you, right? Because your grandmother didn't, or your great-grandmother, or however it transcends down. So you may be the child that was supposed to be born in a different generation, because essentially that's what this is, okay? It's a shifting of a timeline. It's a new portal being opened. It's a new connection and bond being built within the DNA sequence, okay? Hence the reason why there is a need, right, for certain frequencies to be aligned before. So these are the people that have waited a really long time to have children, or the people who have had babies really, really young in life. People who have lost parents really, really young in life. I mean, at tender ages. Tragic accidents that seem to be like occurring around certain bloodlines, mainly the maternal side, okay? And you'll start seeing certain patterns, right? Like whatever one parent has done on one side of the family, it'll just start trickling down. When you see that it has stopped, okay, when the pattern is broken, okay, so I'll just use my bloodline for, a depiction and example so you can see what I mean, okay? There have been teen parents in my bloodline, and then when it came to me, once I got to that age that everybody else had their kids at 15, 16, 17, I didn't have a kid at that age. So essentially, I stopped the pattern, okay? So I could be the child that my grandmother was supposed to have, but my mom had me. Or I could be the person that's going to give birth to the child that my mother was supposed to give birth to with my dad. Okay? And I'm just using this as an example. This can be tons of different things. Maybe there's one person in the family that doesn't smoke in a family full of smokers, or a person that doesn't drink in a family full of drinkers, or a person who has really good eyesight, right, in a family full of people who has poor vision. It can literally be anything. These are the signs that wherever this particular thing stops, this is where new energy is to be created. This is where majority of the attacks are going to come in. So you may see things happening like your child acting up, your child got hit by a car, your child always missing, like constantly running away, or not having friends, having difficult times in school, always sick, right? Coming up, or just being born with ailments, especially if they were premature, right? Or if they stayed in the womb a little too long. It's so many different things. I don't even want to get off into that because it's going to kind of take us off topic, and we need to stay focused, okay? So the gist here is to have that full understanding of not only how to identify, but just to be aware, okay? Just to simply be aware. A lot of us don't really understand spirituality and how spirits go down through the bloodline, and the creator will allow these spirits to keep going through the bloodline until he's ready for something new to emerge, okay? So sometimes these spirits are going to be attracted to or not attracted to, right, the curse breaker. And this is how you know the ability to consume everything that your forefathers have and defeat it is the number one sign. Meaning, if you went through every test and trial that the people before you have and you were able to beat that spirit, we talk about this all the time, that is a telltale sign that you are the curse breaker or you will give birth to the curse breaker. Okay? Usually both. But a lot of the times we don't realize that portals were closed and our parents missed the opportunity to set forth with another, because remember, the cycle breaker is usually the oldest or the youngest. Okay? That's usually how it works. I'm not saying the middle child or children can't be curse breakers, but I'm just saying traditionally. I mean, it even goes back to biblical times, right? If you look in these religious texts, you will see that there are inheritances that get passed down, and a lot of people get confused when they hear the word inheritance and assume that it is only about money, when it is not just money, okay? An inheritance is a spiritual gift, an ability to make money, a talent, okay? Let's just think of traditions or practices and businesses that get passed down through the bloodline, right? And you tend to carry out those same things. And this is an inheritance, right? The means that you are provided to navigate life. It's not always money. Sometimes it can lead to material, gain and wealth and things like that. But a lot of the times it's something that is given to you by the creator to your blood, through your bloodline. Okay. And I don't want to make it about, the inheritance, but it is connected to whatever God is deciding to bless you with, okay? And however he decides to bless you. You can think of any family that has a particular gift or business, and then every, generation, they carry it out. That's an inheritance. And a lot of the times it is connected to monetary value, but sometimes it isn't. The wherewithal to carry out these things are also needed, meaning you need the gumption, right? You need to be able to foresee. You need to carry a similar frequency to carry out a similar mission. So yeah, some of y'all are going to be giving birth to y'all siblings, child. I'm sorry to say it like that, but they were supposed to come through your mom, but they didn't because a portal was closed, meaning a parent died already. A certain time frame for them, this type of frequency to be born has passed. You're waiting for another energy that is similar to one of your parents, the mother or the dad, okay? However it makes sense and can be applied, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I do love y'all. I hope all is well. I hope y'all have been drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. And I hope y'all have been resting, and I hope y'all are ready for them kids to go back to school. All right. Love y'all.